This could be the best all-rounder phone cage for the iPhone 16. Let's check it out. It is the iPhone 16 Pro phone cage from SmallRig. This is a collaboration SmallRig with Brendan Lee. If you don't know who he is, he's a videographer who makes some pretty cool videos. They've co-designed this thing, and you can see where the creator mentality came into play with the way this was designed. This is going to give you the ability to not only shoot video, if you do shoot video with your phone, it gives you the ability to do the astrolapses that we do quite often here on this channel. It also gives you a really good option for long exposure photography when we combine it with this tripod here, this SmallRig tripod. When you buy this kit, you get a couple of things. Actually, you get more than a couple of things. You get quite a bit. You get the phone cage itself. You get this magnetic filter holder here. You also get an ND filter, ND2 to ND400. There's a lot of range in that. It's a variable ND filter. You get the two handles on either side. On the one on the right hand side, as I look at it here, or as this one here, as you look at it, there's a Bluetooth shutter release there, which you would kind of expect these days with any sort of cage. And around the cage itself, there's a couple of cold shoe mounts, one on the top there, one behind the filter holder up here, and one down the bottom there. There's also a few end quarter-inch drives that you can see here. When you're not, these handles here, I'll talk about them in a second, but you can mount all sorts of quarter-inch drive things all around the place here. The way that this phone gets installed into here is not like any others that I've seen. On this side around here, you've got a lock and a latch, so we can unlock it by pulling it this way. And what happens is that little lock right there opens up, and then the phone can just pop out. It won't pop out right now because I've got the filter holder on there. But once you put it back in, you push on that button there and it's all good to go. The handles and the way that these handles mount is not like any other one that I've seen. These are, you really know that it's there. You don't need to screw things in. These are almost like a quick release. You basically push on these two handles right there and it comes off right there. And the two holes that are there, the two posts that are right there, they go into the two holes that you see right here. And that's it. It's mounted up. These handles also tilt, so you can have it at different angles, and you can take them off and put them on top of the cage or on the base of the cage, so you can shoot not only horizontally like this, but vertically like this. You put the other one down the bottom like that. It's not all beer and skittles though with these handles. I do like how they mount. I think that's very clever. But what I don't like is that you can only put them in the single place when it's horizontal, or the single place when you're shooting vertical. Like on other phone cages I've used, you can put it down the bottom and up the top. So it gives you the ability to move it to wherever you're ergonomically happy with. I really do like how they mount on there though. That's very clever. When we are mounting things onto this, whether that be a power bank, external hard drives, things like that, this gap that's here can be, for some folks, pretty, depending on the USB cable that you've got, some of them won't fit in there between the handle and the cage. What I've worked out though is if you push it through this hole right here, like that, the USB cable I'm talking about, you can still get it into the phone. If it's a longer head on that cable and it won't fit in this gap here, you can push it through that gap there and it'll work just fine. As I mentioned, you get the cage, you get the two handles, you get the filter holder, you do get this neoprene case here for the variable ND filter. This actually works really well. It's a magnetic filter, and there you go. Now, for video, it's obvious you're using the shutter speed equations that you would use to get the right shutter speed, to get the cinematic mode. But we're not really doing that here on this channel. We're not really into phone videography. We're more into phone photography. This, though, will help with apps like Even Longer, any long exposure sort of app where you're going to shoot multiple speeds. This is going to help slow that speed down to up to a second long. So for things like light trails, light painting, this sort of filter will help stop or help eliminate those Morse code sort of lines that you get through those sorts of photos. So for that alone, this is worth it. In the kit that you also get this phone holder here, which is quite good. It gives you the ability to put this lens holder on, as well as this filter holder here, or lens holder. These are all bayonet type mounts. So if you have bayonet lenses, this here will mount directly in place of that filter holder. And you also get this little handle here that will go directly onto the back of the phone and give you a little bit of a grip to shoot with without the cage. When we combine this cage with this small rig tripod, which honestly, a giant can use this. This is above my head. This is such a tall tripod, but it can come all the way down to shoot at grass level. It's a very adaptable tripod. I'll link that in the description as well. When you combine all of this together and combine it with things like the Lumilapse, things like a power bank, this here is a pretty good setup. But as I mentioned, it's not all beer and skittles. I would like to be able to move these handles higher or lower, a bit more customizable. You can adjust the screws in here and bring the handle up higher. It just feels a bit awkward with it up or down as a center point, as in this center point. If it was lower, moving the handle up or down, the camera is down the bottom here. It doesn't quite make sense to me. The things that I really like about this is all the little details, like on the Bluetooth remote, which you can just take off. Like look at that. It's even got Brendan Lee's autograph on the side there. All the little details are really quite quirky. I like them. I really like how these handles hook on and off. I just don't like that you can't move them around too much. Anyway, let me know what you think. Would you use this for what we do here on this channel with long exposure photography, with star trail photography, star lapse photography, or videography? Let me know. And if you would use this as a video sort of setup, also let me know, so I know if I need to keep doing some more of these videography sort of things for you guys. All right, catch you later.